You're about to watch an interview that I've done with Kerry. Kerry and members of her family over the last 8 or 9 months have received treatment from the professional staff at Grow Wellbeing. As you watch this interview, you'll become aware of the great value and benefits that treatment offered Kerry and her family. I want you also to pay attention to the core philosophy of Grow Wellbeing that is apparent in this interview. That is, that it's an holistically based treatment, that it's community based, that there are no out-of-pocket costs, and that there are both individual and systemic foci in treatment. I'll have more to say about those particular themes at the end of the interview. Hello, Kerry.
How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Now, Kerry, tell me how it was that you and your family first came to the attention of Grow Wellbeing.
I actually heard about this guy James doing mental health for people pretty much that have behavioural problems. Me being a single parent, I had massive problems in my home.
Mm-hmm.
I did ask for Tegan, one of the ladies at work at the Forbes Primary School, to hook me up with someone that could actually possibly help me out with these issues that I'd had.
Right. And she suggested James, did you, from Grow Wellbeing?
She did. She said there is a guy coming into the school. He comes every Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to start seeing certain children. Now, my children were put up on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Due to the fact that I was a single mum and I was struggling, not knowing
Yep.
what to do about the behavioural side of things,
Right.
ripping my hair out.
Right.
Therefore, I got a phone call saying, okay, Kerry, we can have a meeting. James is actually going to be in the meeting. I met James and I just felt like I should talk to him straight away.
Mm-hmm.
It was my decision to ask James to see the children, which he was quite happy to.
Yes.
And then I asked him if he wouldn't mind coming around to the family home,
Mm-hmm.
due to the simple reason the kids were a bit different at school to what they were in
Of
their
course.
own home environment.
Yep. Yep. So he first of all saw the kids at the school,
Yes, he
in the
did.
community, and then came to your home
Yes,
to see
he did.
them. Yep.
Yeah.
And you thought coming to the home was a good idea.
I did.
Yes, because it gave him an opportunity to see how things were in the family home. It gave him more
Definitely.
information to be helpful.
Definitely.
Yeah. And when you look back, that was a good decision, really, wasn't it?
It was probably the best decision that I have made
Mm-hmm.
for me and actually my family.
Yeah. Tell me some more about that. Why it was such a good decision.
It was a good decision more because my boys at that particular time needed a man mentor
Mm-hmm.
that could actually sit down with them, play games with them,
Mm-hmm.
ask them questions, see how they're feeling, get to know them
Yes.
in their own home, I guess, environment. For me, it was an opportunity to have James here to see, I guess, what was happening in the home itself.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter as well, Jay Lee, she
Right.
she loves James for the simple fact he has the time for her.
Right.
In the respect of she was putting out resumes. James, can you look at this?
Mhm.
Yep, sure, no worries. You know, so he was
Right.
pretty much giving them confidence and boosting,
Yes.
you know, any sadness that they had when James had come and left.
Yes.
We love James. When is he coming back?
Right.
And I
Okay.
went, next Tuesday, and they were so excited.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, each of your 3 children has seen James, haven't they? So roughly, they've seen him over about 30 times.
They
overall.
have.
So that's quite a lot of treatment that they've had.
Definitely.
And they've been seeing him since October last year.
They have,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you know the whole process of Grow Wellbeing and James's treatment very well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
What were the main areas that you think James helped you in, and how did he help you with those things?
I think with the behavioural side of the kids,
Yes.
structure, coming here,
Mm-hmm.
sitting down with us as a family,
Mm-hmm.
making house rules,
Yes.
but not sitting down making them by himself. He was actually having us all at the kitchen table,
Right.
saying, okay, well, how about we sit down, we think about what we actually want to put on the family rules,
Yes.
and we'll make a list.
Yes. So largely he saw you as a family. He did a sort of systems approach.
Yes,
he saw you
he
all
did.
together.
Yeah, he did.
And that's very helpful, isn't it?
It is, because
Yeah.
it included everybody.
Yes.
It wasn't just one-on-one with,
No.
it was all of us together.
Yes.
So we're all made to feel,
Yes.
that important
Yes.
side of things, which is great.
Yes. As well as helping the children, do you think it helped you as well?
Yes, I do.
Both as a person and just to feel perhaps less anxious and more peaceful, but also in terms of your overall ability to be a parent, to know that consistency, for example, is really important, or to set down rules that someone could work and help you with and help you consolidate those and follow those through.
Yeah.
Those things are important?
I do believe it's, when I first went to have this plan put out, I was up here. I was literally ripping my hair out. I did not even know, how to function or anything, but bringing someone else in from the outside that could give me ideas and just be there for when I need to speak to him about, whatever it was that I was feeling down about or that I couldn't, deal with on my own. Just to have that input was really, really positive. But for me, it's given me a lot of peace. So from being up here, we're now calm, cool, collected.
Right.
It's
That's
not
terrific.
always, cool, calm and collected, but in saying that, it has come from way up here to way down where I can actually manage, I can cope, and we can all actually sit around together without not one child being the centre of attention.
That's an outstanding change, isn't it? It's
Definitely.
outstanding. Really
It was,
outstanding.
yeah. I was very happy.
Kerry, did James also give you advice about other things like diet and exercise?
Yes, he did. The biggest one is Joel and sugar.
Right.
So to change it up, I stopped buying white sugar. I replaced it with raw sugar. I've stopped buying juice. I've stopped buying things that, I knew that would hype Joel up because he can't obviously eat chocolate without going crazy.
Right, that happens, does it?
It does.
Yes.
It happens a lot, but I don't care how much fruit he eats. He's getting to eat his veggies more now. He
Right.
wasn't doing that before.
And James encouraged that, did he?
He did.
Yes.
Yep. You need to eat your veggies, How are you going to become big and strong? The carrots make
That's a
you
good
see.
incentive for a teenager,
That's
isn't it,
right.
to be big and strong?
It definitely is. It definitely is. But it has worked in that somewhat way that we can actually sit down and we can actually. I think the biggest thing is being able to cook meals together.
Right. The kids and you cook meals together, do you?
Yep, definitely.
Terrific.
So we did tacos the other night, and they were all helping cut up.
Really? That's a very cooperative thing to do, isn't it?
It is. But months ago we couldn't do that.
No.
It was
No.
Mum doing everything,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
for the last 2 months we've been able to sit down and plan out the meals and help cook the meals and help do the dishes. So, before we wouldn't have any of that.
No. But as well as being able to cooperate with your kids, you also feel like a parent who's in charge, don't you?
I do now.
You're able to say to them, look, this is what needs to happen, and, by and large, they
Yeah.
follow the rules.
They do. I do now.
Yeah.
I didn't before.
No.
I think because I didn't have anyone really to support me in the fact of the choices I thought I was making that were wrong. And as I said, being a single mum, it's a lot harder to try and
of
take
course.
time out for every single one of your children. It is
Yep.
better if we can do things as a family.
Absolutely.
That way no one is missing out
Right.
and everyone is, feeling
Yeah.
like they're important
They're
enough
important,
to...
aren't they? They're all important.
That's
They're
right.
all important.
Definitely.
Another thing, did James help connect the kids with activities in the community, like sport and that kind of thing?
Yes, he did. He recommended for them to go back to football, and there are school sports as well.
Right.
And as much as it's a great idea, it all comes down to the fund of money, which I don't have a lot
No.
of money to go around for every child that wants to do something.
Yep.
They do go to church, but that is through my neighbour, which is actually quite helpful to the boys,
Yes.
because they're in a good environment. They think about God a lot more. I don't know if that's actually settled them down as well as James, but there's a lot to consider in that respect
I
for
like
them.
the way you put James and God in the same sentence.
I know, right?
You
Well,
think very
he
highly
is.
of him.
I do, and he's like a godsend. He's like someone that,
This is a very good expression.
even after, this is all finished, I would still like to be in contact with James. because that's how much of an impact he's brought into my family life. For me to feel calm, cool, collected,
Yeah.
that is just something that I would never have been able to say.
No.
Ever.
No. You're planning, I think, and I'm right in saying, to get your own mental health care plan so that you can see James and continue
Yes, I am.
the good work that's already been done.
And I can't wait for that.
No.
So I think that is going to, boost us even more.
Yeah.
And bring us even closer.
Yes.
As a family.
Yes, I think so too.
Which is important.
Now, Kerry, people watching this would want to know overall whether you would recommend Grow Wellbeing and the treatment that they offer.
I would definitely recommend it. I would give him 11
out of 10.
10. Yes, I would. Purposely for James more, because he has helped me in the respect of, I have 2 boys that, needed that male mentor, and they actually got that time, and they've got that connection, and they do like James.
Yes.
So to me, James I would recommend.
Yes.
Anyone from Wellbeing would be great, but in my own, positivity side of things and how great I feel and my kids are doing now, I think he would be the perfect candidate for any family.
Yep. All right. And Kerry, you mentioned cost, and finances are obviously very important. I mean, footy boots and socks cost money.
They do.
The whole process with Grow Wellbeing, has that cost anything out of pocket to you?
No, due to the fact that every time James has seen my boys, I go to my GP and I actually get a mental health plan done,
right,
which gives them 10 sessions free.
Yes.
Where therefore I don't have to pay anything towards James coming to visit my home. And I can also get one now for myself, which will cover me being seen to at the same time as my boys. Therefore I get to have my say. I get to, talk to James without thinking that, I need to owe him money for,
yes.
his time. But that also helps keep my boys, on track, and it's going to be a regular thing for them to, and I wouldn't change James purposely because it is working for me and it is working for my family. I think it's really important to find someone that, can connect with your family and hold on to them.
Yes. And I'm absolutely thrilled by the changes that have taken place.
I'm even thrilled.
I'm sure you are.
I can't wait to see James and, the family whole thing go on next Tuesday. I'm actually really looking forward to it. So to me, it's a positive, and it gives me something to look forward to.
Yep.
It gives me, that outlet to say, hi James, this is what's happened this week, and we can sit down and he can talk to the boys, and knowing that they're so calm, knowing that we can actually talk without, interruptions all the time, which is what we used to have. It's actually amazing.
All right. Thank you very much, Kerry.
Thank
it's been
you.
A pleasure talking to you. I said in the introduction that there were some themes that I wanted to return to and explore in more detail. They are community-based treatment, holistic treatment, an individual and systemic focus, and the fact that there's no out-of-pocket costs. In terms of the community-based treatment, this is now a widely used treatment in everything from home births to palliative care, and everything in between. It's particularly useful in mental health because it fosters the development of a therapeutic relationship. It does this because the person feels valued and respected by someone who travels to their home. It's also an advantage to the individual because it's economic. It doesn't cost anything for the person to travel, and it's time economic as well. In terms of the treating staff, it provides a raft of information that can be used in a formulation which is both diagnostic and as part of the management plan. This allows, of course, for overall better treatment. The second point is that Grow Wellbeing uses a holistic focus. It recognises that no one is an island entire of themselves and that they fit into a context. They fit into a family context, they fit into a school context, and they fit into a wider community. All of those things are essential in the improvement of somebody's mental health. So Grow Wellbeing has not only an individual focus, it has a systemic focus, and this translates into family therapy. And finally, there's no out-of-pocket costs. So the interview demonstrates community-based, holistic, individual and systemic thinking with no out-of-pocket costs.